welcome to Lights on LA. I'm your host, Louise Gill. Today I have with me two beautiful girls that represent an organization that has helped bring awareness and has helped many, many children, adults. The organization is called the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry, which was founded by Dr. Frida Jordan. And it's an amazing organization. And on October 7th, I would like to ask everyone to be a part of it, to donate, to walk the Walk of Life on October 7th at 8:30. With me, I have the chairperson, the board of member, Christina Ashtian, who is a family friend also.
Hi.
And respect very much. And also a committee member, Marina Hachadurian. How are you both?
Great. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for having us today.
I know you guys are very excited.
We are.
It's the 12th year of the Bone Registry, Walk of Life. It's the same theme every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this year it's going to be on October 7th, and it starts at City Hall.
Exactly.
And tell us a little bit about, for those that don't know, let's start off with that. For those that don't know anything about the Armenian Bone Marrow, could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry was founded in 1999 by Dr. Frida Jordan, and she is an amazing woman who has had one mission in mind, which is to save lives of people who are affected by leukemia and other blood-related illnesses. And the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry is a registry, and what it aims to do is find matched donors for these individuals in order to help save their lives.
That's an amazing cause.
Mm-hmm. It is. It really is.
And why the Walk of Life? Why the walkathon?
Well, the walkathon started 12 years ago, and it was a great way. It's a fundraising event, and it's a great way to reach out to the community, to members of community members of all ages. Anyone, little kids in strollers to grandparents walking. And so it's just an outreach event where we walk through the streets of Glendale, and people actually, while we're walking, they ask us, what is this for? Because they see a big group of people wearing the same t-shirts, and they're always inquiring as to what this organization is. And if we just affect one person that day, reach out to one person that day to give them our mission and what our organization is about, then we've accomplished our duty for that day.
That's amazing. Now, if somebody would like to register, is registration open on that day as well?
Yes, so people can register before the day of the walk on our website. They can create their own teams or register individually, but also on the day of the walk, participants or people who are interested in joining can come, and they can register starting at 8:30 a.m. They can come alone, they can come in teams, they can come with their dogs, with their kids. It's just a very friendly and open event to everyone who wants to participate.
Is there a registration fee involved?
Mm-hmm. There is. So it's $25 pre-registration fee. So if you do it online now, it's $25. But the day of the walk, it's going to be $30. And it's a very easy process. You could go to our website, www.abmdr.am, and we have a specific walkathon page. And as Marina mentioned, that you can join a team. We have a couple of existing teams already. You can join by yourself. You can bring whoever you want. And if you don't have time to do that, you can always register on the day of the walkathon.
What happens on that day? I know that we saw some pictures, and you'll be seeing some pictures. You start by prayer, I believe, and then you basically walk from where?
So we start at the Glendale City Hall Plaza, and the address was listed over there, 633 East Broadway. And we go down Glendale Avenue, we make a right on Broadway, a right on Brand, right on Lexington, and then again right back down Glendale Avenue back to our current location. The walk is about 3 miles, 5K.
That's amazing. And all ages are welcome to be there, right?
Yes. And we also always have students from high schools join us, surrounding high schools, the Armenian high schools, and we love having them there. They come in big groups, and they can register at a reduced cost, which is $10. And they also get 8 hours community service for participating.
That's wonderful.
Exactly. And we actually do have a big non-Armenian population who comes to the walkathon too, which is amazing. Providence High School, which is a Catholic high school in Burbank. They show up with big numbers every year. As far as Armenian schools, Shamlian, Ferahian, they're always very much involved. So we do encourage you to come with your group, with your classmates, and like she said, it is at a reduced cost of $10, but if you do come with a big group, then the fee is waived. And the reason why it's waived is because we want to make sure that we have the numbers there to make an impact on the community, to make an impact while we're walking.
Now, how many people usually walk?
Anywhere between $300 to $400. I'm thinking in terms of money, 300 to 400 walkers.
And of course, hopefully this year, I'm sure it grows more and more
Yes,
every
it does.
single year.
Exactly,
So if you
it
had 3 to
does.
4, I'm sure this year you'll probably have much
Hopefully
more
more.
than
I
that.
hope so. We're hoping for a big number this year.
Out of curiosity, of all the organizations to volunteer, why this one? What impacted you and what inspired you to be a part of the bone marrow?
So I was actually introduced to the organization by Dr. Virgin Madanian. She's actually a family friend, and when I had finished I'm a pharmacist, so when I finished my studies in Northern California and moved back to Southern California, I was itching to do something to get involved in the community somehow. And she introduced me to this organization, and I started going to the walk meetings actually 6 years ago. I was involved.
Wow.
I've been involved for the past 6 years, and I just saw the impact that it made and the fact that it's 100% volunteer-run organization, and all the resources that we put into it, financially, time-wise, 100% of it goes into the organization and nowhere else. And so I just thought it was a very valuable cause and a very valuable organization. Board members, and I am now lucky after 6 years to now be a board member, which I take great pride in. So it's been a nice journey for me.
Well, as they say, the fruit does not fall far from the tree.
Thank you.
Your mother is a very influential person in the Armenian community and
Thank
has
you.
done so much for the Armenian community.
Thank you.
So obviously you have followed her footsteps.
I appreciate that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what about you?
Well, similar to Christina's story, I was introduced by Dr. Virgin Madelian. She came to Pilibos when I was a student there, and she did a presentation about the bone marrow walkathon, and she talked about the mission, and I approached her afterwards, and we talked a little bit, and that's how I became introduced to it. After going to a few meetings, I just felt like it was a place that I could contribute, and it is an organization with a great cause, and it does have a really big impact on its communities. And when I was, participating and I saw how huge the reach is, I just continued going, and even going to meetings, I really enjoy being there, and everyone just gets along, and it's
That's
really
wonderful.
fun.
How many years have you been part of
I've
it?
been with them for 7 years.
Oh, wonderful. So both of you, 6, 7
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
What is the capacity that bone marrow has reached? I mean, how many people, and do you have any statistics on that?
We do. Since 1999, our registry has been growing dramatically every year. We have 29,000 donors in our registry currently, and we've
That's awesome.
facilitated 30 transplants, so which is amazing.
Which
Yeah.
is
Amazing numbers.
Which is wonderful.
And to date, we've received over 4,000 requests from 42 countries.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Our registry is not just for in the United States or Armenia. It's actually over 30 countries, including Argentina, Greece, Iran. We're basically all over the world.
That's wonderful.
Over 4 continents, actually.
That's amazing. And let's talk a little bit more about the walkathon. The walkathon brings awareness, and it brings a huge capacity of young people as well as adults. What else happens that day besides the walkathon? Do you guys have any brochures you give out? I mean, what happens that day besides them walking, sorry. They could bike, you said? I heard you guys say that. So besides walking, if you don't want to walk,
run, you can bike,
Rollerblade.
really?
bike, run, walk,
It's possible.
do whatever you want.
So it's a fun day that brings awareness, and of course, why not bring your children? It's a great way. October 7th is a
Saturday.
Saturday, so what a great day to start off walking, rollerblading, like she said, scooters.
It is. So the ceremony, we start off with a ceremony. So registration's at 8:30, and then at 9 o'clock we begin with the ceremony with a prayer, of course, and then we introduce the organization. Very, very short introduction. Thank you to our sponsors. So I do actually want to acknowledge our sponsors because without them this event would not have been possible. So we do have our major sponsor, which is Foundation Lab. They continue every year, year in and year out, have been very supportive to our organization. This year, also one of our big sponsors has been American Tire Depot, followed by Softline Solutions, Dr. Peter Ashtian, and PH Solutions. So thank you for them. And I do want to extend an invitation to anyone out there who is interested in becoming a sponsor. We still have availability for that. So, and you can find out more information on our website as well. So we do acknowledge our sponsors, and then the day of the walk, we also have a person who has donated and has also become a donor. So we have two stories: a survivor, a cancer survivor, as well as a person who had the privilege of being able to save a life and be a donor. So it's really nice to see a perspective, and it really puts everyone in the mood to walk and to spread awareness.
Now, if they don't walk, is there a website that they could go to register? I mean, how would they be able to do that? I mean, what is the process to register? Would you know?
So you go on the website, www.abmdr.am, and for those who are unable to walk or unable to attend, because we do have quite a few people we reach out to that are not in Los Angeles at the time of the walk, so they can be virtual walkers. So they can go and they can do a one-time donation on our website. If they know someone who has a team, they could donate through that. They could sponsor a participant who's walking. So there are many ways of doing that on our website.
That's wonderful. That's a great cause.
It is.
And what a great way to bring people together, schools together, families together, and also helping a great cause.
Yes. And
Exactly.
then I'd also like to add, in terms of the day of the walk, we also have a recruitment table where at the end of the walk we can have the walkers or people who aren't registered can participate in joining the registry, which is a really simple process. So they just have...
I was just about to ask you, how is the process if somebody wants to register?
So it's really simple. You fill out a brief form, which is completely confidential, and it just has your contact information and a brief medical history to ensure that you're in good health, general good health. And then you do a cheek swab. So the cheek swab is just, you get the little Q-tip and you swab your cheeks.
10 times up and down.
Okay.
And then that is then taken and it will be processed.
And will that be available on the day of the walkathon?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And we do really encourage those who are really interested in donating to that's what the recruitment events are for, only because you have the potential to save a life. So it's a very nice,
Is there a certain criteria that needs to be met for the registry?
Yes, so there is. You have to be between 18 and 50 years old, and you have to be in general good health. And so that includes things like never having had cancer or heart disease, autoimmune diseases, or HIV.
And that's to protect the donor.
The donor.
Yes.
And then once that's taken, then you're basically registered.
You're basically registered, you get placed into the registry, and whenever we do get asks from patients who do need a transplant, since we are a registry, it goes through our system, and if we find a potential match, then we'll call you in, because we do have your contact information, then we'll call you in for further testing, of course.
It's really interesting. We are talking about October the 7th at 8:30 a.m., the Walk of Life, as you see on the screen. I urge all of you to come out, bring your children, register, walk, and if you can't walk that day, please donate, go on the website. It is an amazing cause, and if we could save one person or one life, that would mean the world. And you have such a success story, so many success stories, and you've saved so many lives through this organization. So I commend both of you for being a part of this group. Let's talk a little bit of, I don't know if this is something that I could ask or if it's something that I would like to have one day, Dr. Frida Jordan on the show. But the organization, once it's been founded, What was her reasoning besides the fact that she wanted to save lives and make a difference? And what other activities besides the walkathon do you guys have?
So basically,
I'm asking a hard question.
oh yeah, that's okay. We accept the challenge. Dr. Frida Jordan, what she recognized was the fact that Armenians actually have a very unique genetic makeup, and so it's very hard for us to match our stem cells to non-Armenians. And so she decided to create a registry that's targeting Armenians.
It's a great idea.
It is. It's a great idea. So we are under the National Bone Marrow Donor Registry, but we are the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry. And so it's actually a very interesting fact that only 25% of patients who need a bone marrow transplant receive it from their family, are able to receive it from their family. So we're targeting that 75% unrelated donors that we're trying to bring together, we're trying to match. And actually we do know a donor who lives in Los Angeles, but she donated to a child, I believe it was in Italy, when he was 4 years old, and now he's 7 years old. So it is amazing that this organization, being worldwide, can bring those two completely unrelated people who would never walk the same path, together to help save that little child's life. So
that's amazing. The bone marrow, does it have any other activities or events that people could participate, if not this one?
We do. We have multiple fundraising events throughout the year. For example, right after the walkathon, a week after the walkathon, we have casino night at Phoenicia Restaurant. And there's actually a poker tournament too.
Everybody likes that.
It is. That's more of an adult affair compared to the walkathon, I think. But yeah, so all that would be on our website as well. But we do have multiple fundraisers throughout the year for our mission.
I congratulate both of you for being a part of such a fine organization and for saving lives and contributing to such a great cause. I'm being very honest. The Bone Marrow Saves Lives Registry. You see the flyer on the screen. I would love to. Oh, there's food and music. We didn't talk about that.
Is.
You didn't say that. We just thought we were going to walk, but we're also having food and music. So once you walk, you get hungry, you eat, and you enjoy music.
And before that too, actually,
Oh, before
we have an
you
amazing DJ.
You didn't mention the best part of it.
Yeah.
We always start out by having music to get people
motivated
going,
to walk.
Yes. And we also have food. We have coffee. We have Porto's Bakery, usually, and everybody loves that.
Yeah.
And so we
See, we missed the best part of the whole thing. You just talked about the walk.
It's definitely not boring. It's definitely not a quiet event, which is what we aim for.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. I will
Thank
definitely
you.
be there and bring my
Thank
two
you.
kids will be there.
Great.
Thank you very much for being on my show. Thank you for watching Lights on LA, and have a very nice evening and good night.
My wife would walk with our baby every day. They both loved it. But leukemia stopped my wife from doing the thing they loved. Now, my daughter and I are going to walk for my wife. To support the Armenian Bone Marrow Donor Registry, find a match so that my little girl grows up with her mom.
Please join us on October 7th.
Together, we can save lives.